The Biden administration is preparing to send the bombs and other weapons to Israel that would add to its military arsenal.
The African Union summit in Addis Ababa concluded with the adoption of a declaration on the situation in Palestine and the Middle East. Despite the ongoing crisis, the United States vetoed a Security Council resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire in Israel's war against Palestine, exacerbating the situation. The Palestinian presidency commended this move, accusing the United States of enabling Israel's genocidal action.
The United States vetoed a Security Council resolution demanding an immediate ceasefire of Israeli war against the Palestinian people. This marks the third time the United States has vetoed such a resolution. The United States is insisting in implementing jungle law that will spare no one. The Palestinian presidency condemned the U.S. move, accusing it of giving additional green light to Israel to continue its genocidal war.
According to Abdullah Shawesh, the ambassador of Palestine to Nigeria, during a media chat with journalists, noted that in Gaza, thousands of children are orphaned and the civilian infrastructure, including water system and road, has been extensively damaged. In the West Bank, over 9,000 Palestinian detainees face harsh conditions, prompting call for international intervention. The Israeli occupation continues to impose restriction and economic hardship on Palestinians, with the recent discussion about limiting the access to Al-Aqsa mosques during Ramadan.
The Israeli cabinet started discussing endorsing restriction on the Palestinian access to Al-Aqsa Mosque during the holy month of Ramadan. This is another attempt to ignite a religious war that, if it is erupted, will have a global consequence.
Shawesh further noted that the Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shetayyeh urged the African Union to denounce Israeli aggression and colonialism, emphasizing the need for global recognition of the State of Palestine.
In his speech before the EU African Union Summit in Addis Ababa on Saturday, February 17, Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shetayyeh said, and I quote, "Let your voice be loud to stop the Israeli aggression and colonial. The African Union was right when it prevented Israel from being an observer state in the Union and prevented the infiltration of its representative into this forum last year. Israel is an apartheid state and a state of racial discrimination in law and practice. Israel is killing out of revenge after 134 days of its brutal aggression and wants to continue for as long as possible to serve Netanyahu's position as a prime minister. And this must not be allowed."
Meanwhile, UNRWA, vital for Palestinian refugees, faces funding suspension and attack from Israel, further jeopardizing its operation. The two-state solution rooted in the historical United Nations resolution remains elusive.
UNRWA was under Israeli attacks a long time ago, and they turned every stone to dismantle it using many allegations and fabricated news. Following the Israeli allegation that 12 out of 13,000 UNRWA staff members were part of the attack on October 7, 20 donor countries, including the top 3, suspended their funding to UNRWA, making the already miserable situation even more tragic. Israel has yet to provide a conclusive evidence to substantiate the claim. The suspended amount is half of the UNRWA operating budget.
Dorcas or Lariwaji Voice TV 9.